Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 28 of Mistconceptions. I'm your host, MC Clap Your Hands. Happy summer, everybody. I hope that you are having a wonderful time outside, enjoying the sun, the lakes, rivers, barbecues, whatever you do outside. But I hope you're not enjoying it too much. Remember, drink water, put on your sunblock, things like that. And I want to give a special shout out to our SoundCloud listeners right now. I checked this past week, and we had over 100 listeners and subscribers on SoundCloud. That is amazing. So, hats off to you, SoundCloud listeners. I'm so happy that you listen to the show. I'm so happy that there are so many of you that listen to this show. And I mean, 100, so many, whatever. I appreciate everyone that subscribes to our channel and listens to this nerdy thing we do. So, SoundCloud listeners, thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait until we have 200 listeners on SoundCloud. If you like this show and you want to support us, you can do that two ways. You can go to iTunes and leave us a rating and review, telling people what you like about the show, maybe what you don't like about the show, and you can also support us monetarily through our Patreon. If you pledge at the $2 a month level, you get a shout out on the podcast. If you pledge at the $5 a month level, you get access to all of our episodes, which are uncut and unedited, which is pretty cool because you get to listen to all of our off-topic conversations that I had to edit out to make the episode a reasonable length. Well, that's all I have to say before this episode starts. It's a pretty good one, so let's get to it. All right, Deacon, you got this. Tonight's a big night. Everything's gonna go off without a hitch. Got your hair right. Suit. All right, where's my suit? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Tonight's a gala. Tonight's gonna be great. You've prepared for this. Everything's gonna go well. Mr. Hamil is gonna win in a landslide even before the polls open. And you know what? He's gonna be so impressed with your work. He's gonna look at you and say, Deacon, you're the new DA of the city. Man, if Mom and Pa could see me now. I mean, Pa wanted me to play football, but that obviously wasn't going to happen. So, here I am. And you know what? In a world where superheroes don't exist, maybe this is a way that I make the city a better place. All right.
Let's do this.
So, how is this episode opening up?
So, the boys are standing in, the men are standing in Faye's apartment in their, tuxes. Just in case, because you're going to drive, so. And Faye and Esther come out. Faye's, dragging Esther along.
Esther has her shoes in her hands. She's not wearing them yet.
And walk out, and Faye's all showing off and twirls in front of the guys and poses in front of them.
And Esther cleans up really well, but she's not.
So she looks really good, but she's not working it.
Right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Esther throws her shoe at him.
Really, any encouraging words right now?
You women look fantastic.
Thank you.
Do either of you have concealer that'll match my tone?
Let's just go.
I need to cover up my tattoos on my neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's like, I'm not joking.
Please.
Faye runs back and comes out with 3 different BB creams.
He's testing to find the right one.
You know what I love about this podcast? Is when Jaime does physical things and acts them out at the table. No, I can't
hear that.
Can you hear that, listeners? Of him acting out. You can't hear your skin rubbing together.
Can you really?
Yes.
So I am rubbing the different concealers on my hand in my imagination. and I found the one that works,
Right.
and I conceal.
Did you paint the SUV a different color, or is it still black?
Still black.
Yeah, so y'all go downstairs, and there is Esther's SUV, almost as if it was never shot up in the first place.
Finally, something's going right in my life.
Okay. A simple
Well,
thank you would have sufficed.
Thank you for that canned response. I worked on it all by myself.
Oh,
while Bill
I'm
was
gonna
just
kill
Bill
you.
literally did all of it, Ren, so you're not
So
fooling
they're
anyone.
like fighting.
You weren't here.
And they're like a few feet away from the car, and like Esther, while they're arguing and distracted, Esther's like looking at the car with a big old smile on her face.
Does
'cause
she
she's
like give
super
the car
excited.
like
Yeah.
a big hug?
Yeah, she's super excited that her SUV is okay and
Side panel
back
falls
together.
off.
Yeah, it just turns out they glued cardboard to the side and spray painted over it.
Oh gosh.
No.
I don't know how good it'll look after tonight, though. Let's hope it stays this nice.
We're going to have a flawless night.
You're right.
It's going to be fantastic. We've prepared. This is the most we've ever prepared for our mission.
That is true.
And we look awesome.
As long as we don't come out guns blazing.
Yeah, Bill.
Rin.
Don't shoot anyone until you get the okay. What was our word for it's okay to shoot now?
It's okay to shoot now.
No.
Exactly, because
Ren,
we can't
shoot.
say it any other way.
Please shoot them all.
Okay, fine. If we Lulu. I can't do that in an accent. I'm just gonna say now, Ren.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So, all right. How are you enacting the plan? What's going? It is a few hours, or maybe an hour before the gala is supposed to start. Before the doors open at the William H. White Convention Center.
Ren's got this like spiffy little box, and he like pops it open. And he's like, "Look, I made a tiny, discreet comlink so that you guys could talk to us, and no one would be able to know that you're talking to us. So, in case you're in danger, you could coodaloo, and I would come in guns a-blazing and shoot everyone. I mean, yes, I would shoot everyone."
Great, pacifist. Great, no, Ren, that's really amazing. Thank you for making this.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you.
Are they always on?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And you like slide them in your ear, and the way it looks, like it is perfectly fitted to everyone's ear. It is perfectly toned to everyone's skin tone, and so it almost seamlessly just fits in with your ear and does not draw any attention to it.
We could drop y'all off at a cafe nearby before we go and pick up Pip, if you would like. Or you could take my car, however you want to do it.
You're going to drop the women off in their high heels at a nearby cafe to book it.
Rin is
the
literally
gala.
reading Esther's mind right now as she's glaring at.
It's like caddy corner.
No, don't wait. Remember, we already set up for the town car to pick us up
Oh,
and take us, so Bill can go get Pip. Are you gonna pick him up in this SUV?
yeah, that's the plan.
Is there a way to hide the entire lab we have in the back seat?
We already took care of it, actually.
Oh, great, solid. Y'all on top of things.
The boys drive off in the SUV to go get Pip, and the girls are eventually picked up by their town car to take them to the gala. Okay, so let's do picking up Pip first. So you pull up at the office. When you arrive, you send a text or an alert or something like that to his secretary to know that's time to come down. So you pull up. A few minutes later, Pip comes down fixing his suit jacket, straightening his tie. He opens the door, slides into the back seat, and you see Deacon kind of run up after him and say, "Good luck tonight. I'll see you there, Mr. Hamill." "Yes, Deacon. You have a good night too. See you there." Closes the door. All right, driver. I have a city to woo. Let's be on our way.
All right, sounds good to me, sir. We'll get going then.
Okay. What is your, as the camera like pans from Pip to you sitting in the front seat, what is your disguise?
I have a handlebar mustache.
I knew it would be some sort of elaborate mustache.
A handlebar mustache. I have some aviator sunglasses on, and I have traded in my cowboy hat for, we'll say a bowler. Let's say a bowler hat.
Okay.
I imagine that the handlebar mustache, though, is made out of his tattoos. So there's just like this tattoo mustache that is in
Is
full
that what
glory.
you did?
No, I have like a fake mustache on.
Okay.
Ignore the... I'm just kidding.
That was a really good idea, though.
I like it.
But then I'd have a tattoo mustache.
Yeah. Okay, so you drive off. Rin, you hear all this in the back in the battle science van section.
Yeah, science.
Yes, science.
Just mixing liquids and
Yeah, that exactly. Okay.
I do need to talk to him for a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Have you considered an emergency plan? Like, do you have a security detail? And
Yes, actually, people will be meeting me there.
Okay. And what time? What time should I just be waiting out here the whole time?
No, please, if you want to come in and get some refreshments. I mean, don't drink and drive, but sure, come inside, have a little. The gala should be over at about 10 o'clock.
All right. So who do I talk to if I want to go inside? Do I just say that you okayed me, or how does that work?
Just tell them Pip sent you.
All right. Will do, sir. Do you have a music preference?
90s punk.
I'm a Barbie girl.
No. Whatever you like, driver.
All right, sounds good. I just put on like some smooth jazz.
Nice. Okay. Not every smooth jazz song is Careless Whisper. All right, so girls, what are y'all doing?
Do we know... You may not be able to tell me this, but do we know if there's going to be security going into the
Like
event?
metal detectors. or
Oh
anything?
yeah, there will be. Yeah.
What are you doing during the event? That was my toe.
I am breaking toes and making names. I imagine that I'm out in the van. I mean, like listening to comms with you guys, but also, I don't know, like watching the security cameras and stuff at the gala.
We don't have a way to get Esther's gun in the door.
You do if Bill says that he's a security guard for Pip, since Pip said he's got him covered.
I think that might be a little difficult to do. Could you sneak it in with like a vine or something? Like slide it up and around?
This has a metal detector.
Yeah. But like,
Pop a window open.
Oh, you want me to put it around the metal detector?
yeah. Like, could you have a vine like go along the roof or something and meet you at a window? Or, I don't
No,
know.
I see what you're saying.
I know we're...
I feel like that's stretching it a lot.
Is there a plant that could cover it enough that it wouldn't set off the detector?
Or a way to conceal it in a purse so that they wouldn't see it when it went through the like thingy, the X-ray thingy.
Rin can maybe come up with something like that, but you've already gone your separate ways.
Yeah, I know.
So, it's a building, not just like an open space.
So the convention center is downtown. It is in the ritzy part of town. It is like there's a busy highway that drives through the freeway or whatever. It is mixed in with a lot of tall buildings. The convention center itself is kind of squat, maybe 2-story. The sports stadium is not too far away. I'm just going to say a basketball stadium. But the place itself, since you have been looking at blueprints and things like that, there is the main ballroom where it's going to be happening. There is the pre-event area where like people mingle, like the lobby, I guess. But you will be coming in through the main entrance. There will be metal detectors there, just simply because there will be so many upper elites of the city here, and political debates and things like that. And then there's the staging area in the back where the caterers bring in the food, cook the food, prepare it, take it out. That's what you know.
What if before we walk in, we hid your gun by the back door where the caterers are, and then once we're in, we'll go grab it from back there? Do you think that's possible?
I just don't want to risk somebody else getting it.
That's fair. Do you want to go in without it?
No. We may not have any other choice, though. I mean, I can still do damage without my gun.
Okay. Where do you want to leave your gun?
You can say that you left it at the apartment,
Yeah.
since
Or in the
you're in the
van.
town car.
Yeah, I think I left it at the apartment.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to say that your town car and the SUV with Pip kind of arrive at the same time. There is a rush of people getting out of their cars, going up, checking in, things like that. And I'm now going to introduce this scene's story tags. So this is something that really we probably should have been doing for the entire podcast. But each scene, there is also story tags. And these are things that, one, describe what the scene looks like, but also can be used mechanically. Like if you wanted to use one of these tags in a roll, you could burn it, just like you would burn any one of your tags to give yourself a +1. Now what this means is it cannot be used mechanically again. However, that doesn't mean that it's not still there. It just means that its narrative potential has already been used, and you would need to use something else. You as characters, by using Change the Game, you can also create your own story tags, like some of you did with the last photo montage. But these are the story tags that describe this scene. So I probably should have read them before I put them on the other side of my GM screen. So could somebody do that for me, please?
Giant glass chandelier.
Okay.
Top of the line security.
Packed with the elite of the city.
And fine dining tables.
Okay. So that is the scene you get as you walk in. This is a very regal gala. You see people from all parts of the city, the upper elite, finely dressed with their cocktail dresses, flowing dresses, nice tuxedos. You see dining tables set up in a pattern. You see a stage where there are two, not kiosks, podiums, where the mayoral candidates will eventually be debating. But for right now, everyone is mingling either in the pre-event area or in the actual ballroom. Some are sitting down and things like that. Just so many people. But girls, as you walk up, you reach the front desk and they say, can I have your tickets, please?
Deacon said he was leaving tickets for us. Esther Black.
Esther Black. Here is this, and your name, ma'am?
Faye Carver.
Excellent. Here you go. He hands you the tickets. He takes them back and tears them in half. It says you may go through. So you walk through. You have no metal or anything on you, so you get through fine. Bill, you pull up. Pip opens the door and straightens his tie and says, "It's a good day, driver."
Good luck out there.
And he steps out. And girls, on the inside, what are y'all doing?
We're like mingling, using all of our like tactics that we learned throughout the week. I did want to note that I don't know about Esther, but Faye at least has like a small clutch that has like a small bag of dirt in it should she like not be able to access nearby dirt. Don't mind that. And then it's also got like a small compact mirror and like just like typical things that would be in a purse. Should she need to use it?
Could we say that your clutch is actually just made out of plants? That it's just like...
It's like an eco-friendly clutch.
Succulents, like all
Yeah, it's just like succulents that have been like bounded together. And so you don't even need like a bag of dirt. It's just like dirt is lining the clutch.
Right. Yeah, no, that's great. I like that.
Okay. All right, so you're mingling, walking around. As you're mingling, Pip walks in, and immediately, the flash of photography, reporters coming up, he's shaking hands with people, he's working the crowd. Even before this debate has started, you see he is somewhat of a crowd favorite. But he starts working his way around the room, thanking everyone, thank you for being here, thank you for being here. Yes, a new future for the city, and you're all part of it. He keeps walking around and talking to people. But what do you want to do? The debate part of it is not supposed to start for maybe another hour.
We're making like small talk and stuff like that, but keeping an eye out for what's his last name?
Carmine Giuseppe?
Giuseppe.
Okay.
We're keeping an eye out
and
for
Jimmy.
I said Giuseppe, yeah.
And
Jimmy the Butcher. Not that we think we're gonna see him, but like watching for him.
Okay.
and just like, on alert.
Okay. And just to refresh my memory, what are the 3 tags that you created during your last photo montage?
Got your back, working the room, and knowing the faces at the gala.
Okay. You do manage to find Carmine Giuseppe. He is in a corner by himself. Well, not by himself, but you see him sitting over there. He has a female attaché, and you see some people around him with very visible comms running up from underneath their shirts, or the collar of their shirts, into their ears. Dark sunglasses, obviously his bodyguards. But he is sitting in the corner, just sipping wine, enjoying his time here.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to go up and talk to him, and I'll come in if you need me?
I guess it's now or never.
Good luck. What was that code word again?
More wine.
Okay. Something about wine, basically.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
That's an alcoholic reference.
Okay. Go for it. You got this. Good luck.
I approach Carmine. Would he know Esther at all? Like the bar or anything?
Who, Carmine Giuseppe? Mm-hmm. You've never seen him.
Was he anybody that my dad knew?
Like I said, you've never seen him. Not really. Mm-hmm. You walk up, and one of the bodyguards steps up, puts his hands out. Hey, where do you think you're going?
Oh, I was just wanting to introduce myself.
Mr. Giuseppe is not taking guests right now.
But it's a party.
And you're not invited.
But I had a ticket. And it's not his party.
This corner is not for you.
You don't even know who I am.
He looks at the other bodyguard, and the bodyguard shrugs. All right then, lady. Who are you?
Esther Black.
They kind of, as you stick out your hand, they reflexively flex, and you see like one of their suit jackets open, and you can clearly see a Glock like wedged up underneath his armpit. He does not shake your hand. But from the shadowy corner, what was your name, girl?
Esther Black.
Let her through, boys.
Damn,
they step to the side.
She is screwed.
And you step forward. Carmine Giuseppe is a large man. Not muscular, but he is large. He has enjoyed his life. His large hands have... Stay focused. His large hands have rings all across them. Think, almost like Michael Jordan World Championship rings, all decadent. He has a fine suit, finer than most of the people here. He has golden chains that hang around his neck. Even his ears have little, not little, but diamond-studded earrings in them. You see this scantily dressed lady is like stretched across his shoulders, and he looks up and he motions for you to sit down, and he looks to the girl next to him and waves her away, and she gets up very sulkily, like stares daggers at you, and gets up and stomps away, clack, 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 with her heels. And your name was Miss Black?
Yes.
Carmine Giuseppe. A pleasure to finally meet you, Esther.
Finally meet me?
Yeah. How's the bar going these days?
I'm screwed, you guys. Well, it's gone better.
Yeah, I'd heard. Tell me what brings you to this event tonight? It's a little hard to believe the owner of some rundown dive bar down in the Straits would get a ticket to a place like this, unless you had connections.
Well, I mean, I am a part of the city.
That you are, Miss Black. That you are. Do you
How's
need a drink?
business going for you?
Oh, business is always good for me. Would you like a drink, Miss Black?
Yes, you would.
And Bill and Ren are just like chanting, yes, 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 into the comms.
Bill is not written.
Sure.
It's dragging everyone into.
He looks over to a table that is not in this corner, but kind of next to it, and you see a lady with a pantsuit with horn-rimmed glasses and her dark hair kind of tied up in a knot with, cross sticks through it. He motions, and she quickly gets up and marches off to where the bar is. She'll get you something nice. Now, Miss Black, which candidate are you interested in?
Well, maybe I haven't fully decided that yet.
Well, I guess this event is all for that. All for getting off the fence and knowing which side you're on.
But I'm guessing you already know which side you're on.
I'm on my side. He takes his martini and takes a sip.
And which side is your side?
The side of making money, my dear. The city has been good to me, and I plan to be good right back.
Do you have any advice for a business owner like me?
Be careful who you get into bed with.
I don't play the same games you play.
He smiles. Nah, few people do. At this moment, the nicely dressed woman walks up, stiffly hands you a drink, and then goes back to where she was sitting. Now, Miss Black, what you have to understand about this city is that everybody has an angle. Everybody's working something. Everybody's hiding something. But if you want to be successful, you gotta know how to play the game. We all got secrets. That's not really what the game is about. The game is finding out the secrets. Finding out what made people tick. Although sometimes you might have some skeletons in your closet. Take a sip, Miss Black. Enjoy your time.
She does not take a sip of the drink.
He stares at you. Take a sip.
This isn't exactly my drink of choice.
As he says, take a sip, you feel this urge come over you. Roll a face danger.
I don't wanna.
Do you have anything that would help you resist psychic manipulation?
I don't know if my inspire calm from my ring might, like like maybe I've been using that to just like keep my head about me. I don't know.
Daddy's lessons.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. Life lessons or something. I don't know. What say you?
I will say your...
I have reacted before it happens too, but I don't.
No, I don't think that would
Yeah.
work. Maybe your inspire calm, working on yourself, trying to keep his whatever he's trying to do at bay. So go ahead and roll a face danger with a +1.
Oh my god.
What'd you roll?
Snake eyes.
Okay. You feel this wave come over you after he says, take a sip. And even though this isn't your drink of choice, you see your hand reach out, grab the slender stem of the drink, hold it up to your lips, drink it. You down it in one whole sip, and then you set it back down. And Carmine Giuseppe looks at you and says, there, don't you feel better, Miss Black? I mean, you know ill will. And he reaches across and he puts his huge hand on your hand. I'm your friend.
I'm gonna assume that Faye sees me down the drink and realizes that, like, this is not how I typically drink.
Yeah, all three of them can hear everything that's happening.
But they can't see me take the drink.
That's true.
So
I
she
can.
sees
Yeah.
it. And she recognizes that this is not.
Faye, you see all this happening. What do you do?
Ren, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
I need eyes on all of the exits. I don't know if they're going to try to get Esther out of here, but I'm going in.
Okay.
Then she's going to walk over.
Okay. And as you are weaving your way through, almost like parting through the sea of faces coming right towards you, you see Deacon Smith with a big smile. Hey, how are you? You got in. Great.
Deacon, it is so good to see you.
Well, thank you. He like straightens his little bow tie. Hey, I was so mixed up. A couple of things. He has like two ribbons, or not ribbons, but like strings tied on two of his fingers. And he takes one, takes it off. Mediterranean Enterprises.
Got it. She like hooks his arm and starts walking with him.
Oh, okay. We are walking. Second thing, how is Miss Williams? How is she doing?
Faye stops and turns. Wasn't he there? Didn't we tell him about that? Mm-hmm. And about her dying?
Mm-hmm.
But remember, James is like.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. James hasn't mentioned her recently. Have you heard anything about her?
Oh, no. I mean, I haven't heard or seen from her since we helped her with her whole legal problem, getting able to move out from underneath Mr. Smalls. What a jerk, am I right? But yeah, I haven't heard from her. That's why I was asking you, actually, wondering how James and Mrs. Williams worked out all the arrangements of her move.
Yeah. Deacon, I feel like I had a dream where one day we met at a bar and talked about all this. Is that real or was that a dream for me? Do you remember that?
A bar. I remember she made us some lasagna or something, and we went over and we had a good time. We helped her pack up.
Right. I can't believe I forgot about all that. Well, I really want to catch up with you about this, but I'd like to go talk to Esther and bring you with. Give you a chance to see her. Would you like to come?
Oh, sure. Where's she at?
She's over here with Mr.
Oh my God! And he like pulls you back. What is she doing sitting at that table? That's Carmine Giuseppe, the Mobot.
I know. She's, just getting to know other business owners.
He looks at her, and Esther has this vacant look in her eyes. She's just sitting there, and Carmine is just like leaning forward, his fingers interlaced between his other fingers. He's just like talking, but you can't. He's talking very softly, and you can't really make out what he's talking, even with the earpiece. But anyways, He starts shaking his head. When I got you tickets, I did not think you would be doing this. Please, this cannot come back to me.
Okay.
I know he doesn't have connections in the office, but he has connections everywhere else. He's a dangerous man.
Deacon, it's okay. You don't have to come with me. Why don't we catch up with you later?
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna go get her.
No, I can't. Oh, gotta be hero. Okay. Let's talk to Carmine Giuseppe together.
You're the best, Deacon. I knew you could do it. And she, like, tightens her grip and, like...
And he, like, doesn't move for a second. And then you tug him again. And he slowly comes with you. The guards stop you. Mr. Giuseppe isn't taking any more visitors.
Oh, that's no problem. I just came because I have someone who is dying to meet Esther, and so I just came to bring her over, me and Deacon. I don't know if you know Deacon. He's great. You would love him. But I was just coming to get Esther.
Deacon has, like, this not sheepish grin, but, like, very awkward and scared grin on his face. They look at the both of you. This corner's off limits.
That's fine. I don't want to go into your corner. I just have someone that needs to see Esther right away.
Deacon speaks up. Yes, Miss Black, could we borrow you a second? And Esther's head doesn't turn, but Carmine looks up at the both of you. Seems you'd have some friends here to take you, Miss Black. I enjoyed this drink we had, and I enjoyed getting to meet you. Maybe I'll stop by your bar sometime. It's been a while. And please, remember, we're friends, Miss Black. If you ever need anything, you can always ask. And he taps you on the shoulder, and you stand up, and you walk to the edge of the table, and then you come back to your senses.
Faye grabs Esther, like, links her arm through hers, has let go of Deacon. She's not, like, holding
So, yellow brick roading this.
Not being escorted by
Right.
them.
So she says, like, just starts talking normally, like, Esther, do you remember John Wilcox? He wanted to meet you and talk to you about your bar and some repairs, and, like, her voice is fading as they, like, walk away,
okay.
and Deacon is walking with them.
Yes, John Wilcox. That is a man we know. Come, Esther. And you finally, like, get out of earshot. And Deacon, like, almost doubles over, but, like, grabs his waist, just...
Breathe, Deacon. It's all okay. You faced your fears. Look how strong you are.
I'm a hero. Okay. Is everything okay here?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Good. I'm going to go make the rounds. Going to go say hi to Mr. Hamil. Don't go back over there. And enjoy your stay. And he walks away.
Esther, let's go to the bathroom real quick.
Esther follows.
I'm
Okay.
just going to ask her, like, how are you feeling? What happened?
What do I, like, remember?
So you remember him telling you, take a sip, and you took a sip, and then, he said the stuff about we're friends and things like that. But there was a time where he was whispering to you. Mm-hmm. You can't remember what he said to you. And the next thing you know is you snapped out of it. And Faye and Deacon, like, escorted you away.
I didn't figure anything out. Do I remember that he said that he knew my dad? Do I remember that?
Mm-hmm.
But he knew my dad. But I've never seen him before. I don't know.
Do you feel okay?
You have a sour taste in your mouth because you drank a drink you didn't want to drink.
I mean, that was not a good drink, but...
Well, we can get you a different drink. Just... Something feels weird, so just stay close. And if anything comes up, just let me know, okay?
Yeah. I really think I'm fine, though.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry that he knew your dad. I know that's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
Faye gives her like an awkward side hug.
Esther gives her a side glance when she does that. Like, what are we doing?
Okay. We cut to the boys. What are y'all doing in the SUV? And where is the SUV, and what are y'all doing?
So we drove through like the front of the thing to drop off Pip. Then we just kind of drove around the side and parked on the curb so that he's close enough to do what he needs to do. And I am, I think, well, I'll just talk to. Hey, Ren, I think I'm going to go ahead and head inside because I think it'd be good to have eyes on Pip and see what's going on with Esther and Faye. So, do you need anything else from me? You need me to move the car? Or are you good here?
Nope, you're good. I've got a perfect connection to inside. I should be fine. You've got your earpiece. We're already listening in on everyone else's conversations, and so I think everything should be fine. Just, yeah, it's a good location. Just let me know if there's anything that you need.
Okay. Can we say we're parked by the service like entrance, like
Sure, like you parked out
catering
back.
people would come and like go into the kitchen and stuff.
You're so there's like a service access that kind of like goes down off the road to kind of this unloading area in the back where the trucks pull up, things like that. And you are parked on the curb, not in front of, but like not too far away from that access road.
So I'll relay that to them.
Okay.
I don't want to actually relay it, but y'all heard
Okay.
what he said.
So he whispers in your ear, "We are next to the access road, the service center, not service center."
All right, and I'm coming in. Do we want to not know each other? I feel like that'd probably be the best course of action. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
he saw us.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he saw all four of us at Deacon's office. So Pip did.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't know that you're...
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go in and just be a driver, I guess. Get free drinks.
Not too many.
Maybe we'll see.
Okay. So you walk up to the front desk. You tell them that Pip sent you. You're Pip's driver, and they say, "Oh yeah, he told us." You go right in. You see much of the same scene they did. The mingling of faces, people everywhere. What do you want to do?
Go to the bar.
Okay.
Hey, give me a whiskey on the rocks, 3 fingers.
He starts making that drink.
All right. Thanks. Take it, and I just kind of walk around, like just kind of looking at people. Like I'm not going to talk to anybody, but I'm just
Actually, as you're getting your drink, you hear a voice from to your side. Well. That is an awful disguise, by the way. You turn and you see Linda Lockwood like leaning against with her whiskey on the rocks.
What are you talking about, lady?
So I guess Mary Poppins, Mad Max, Chrome Dome, they're all here.
You know, for somebody who works in a field that requires discretion, you don't seem to have much.
This might not be my first class.
Well, then it should probably be last.
That's fair. She swigs it down. But, whatever. Here I am.
What are you doing here?
She swaggerly, holds open her arms. I'm the MC for tonight's event.
So while she's talking, I'm still, keeping a bead between her and Pip.
Okay. Yeah, you see Pip. He is still making his rounds. You see Deacon right next to him, kind of chatting and shaking hands as well. He looks a little sweaty.
Do I spot them?
No, because they're in the bathroom right now.
That's right, okay. But they can hear. Okay.
They hear that you are in talking to Linda. You might even hear Esther go, "Ugh." But yeah, I'm the MC for tonight's event. Intrepid reporter by day. I get told what to do because I have a pretty face by night.
All right. I'm going to lean in kind of close to her, and I'm going to say, okay, well, since you're here, you should probably know that something might happen to Pip. and we intend to make sure that doesn't happen. So if you see anything, let me know somehow, and stay on your guard, please.
Yeah, you're talking about this. And she, like, swings her messenger bag around and kind of opens it up and pulls out the little flyer that y'all found in Fat Tony's and then slides it back in.
What the heck? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I'll be up there. And she points to this table where there's a mic set up. MC table. That's where I'm going to be.
All right. Well, if things go south, the plan is to get him out of the service exit into our vehicle.
Who? Pip?
Yeah.
Okay. She pats on the shoulder. See ya, tats. And she walks away.
And Ren talks into the mic, and he's like, "Did she call me Chrome Dome? That is insulting."
Bill finishes the rest of his drink in one go, slams it down, and says, "Here you go. I don't think I'm going to be drinking anything else. Thanks, Barkeep," and walks off.
Okay.
So what are the names that she called us?
Mary Poppins, Mad Max, and Chrome Dome.
Yeah.
Why am I mad, man?
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Because you can pull all the buttons out of the bag and do it.
Because you're British.
Oh. I was thinking of Mary Poppins' bag.
Super cool.
Anyways,
Expialidocious.
what are you doing? You get your drink, talk to Linda. You see Pip just making the rounds. You also see Mayor Corallo, who is making his own rounds. But I mean, he's obviously not the media favorite or whatever. Basically, just people are coming and paying him favors because he is the incumbent mayor. So he does have that political draw, so people are talking to him. But you see both of them kind of almost like two koi fish in a pond, making their way around the outer edge, never coming together, never bisecting, but they are making their rounds through the crowd.
I am going to be looking for where the waiters and people are coming out from the kitchen with the hors d'oeuvres and stuff, and I'm going to go just kind of try to peek in there, see what happens.
Okay. As you are scanning the crowd looking for where the servers are coming, you see a man dressed in all black kind of working his way through the crowd as well. And you immediately just turn back to the bar and cover your face because Jeremiah is working his way through the crowd. And you see that out of the corner of your eye, you see him go sit down in a corner, not the same corner as Carmine Giuseppe, but he sits down in his own corner, has his drink, and just kind of starts surveying the crowd as well. But you see that, and you sneak over to the service entrance, and you see them coming in, trays, all that stuff.
All right. I'm going to speak to myself, to the team. All right, guys, we got some bad news. What is it?
We were waiting for you.
Yeah, we were like, okay.
What's the bad news, Bill? That you're horribly dressed.
Yeah.
We already knew that one.
Pretty much the only one that can respond to that is Ren.
That's true. So my boss is here, and he is a seedy fellow, and I don't know what this means, but I know it makes things a lot more complicated. So he's going to be the big fella who's dressed in black over at the table. Where's he at? In the corner?
Yeah, he's in a corner.
He's in a corner table. You'll know him when you see him, trust me. I'm going to scope out the kitchens and see if I can make my way to the service exit under the guise of being a little inebriated. So hopefully I don't get kicked out. But somebody keep an eye on Pip, please.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay.
Yep. Watching the video cameras.
Okay. So you two come out of the bathroom. What do y'all do?
Who else is at Jeremiah's table?
So you come out, you scan the room, and you do find Jeremiah. This is the first time that you have ever seen him. But he is a dark-skinned man. He is wearing a black suit. He has a bolo tie, but instead of like the Lone Star of Texas or something like that, it is a skull. But at the table, you see two people arriving as you're walking out of the bathroom. One is this older, shorter man. He's not ancient, but he has messy white hair. He has huge spectacles on his face. He is wearing a suit that is ill-made for him. He kind of slouches and rubs his hand nervously, looking back and forth at everybody, and he slides into the seat next to Jeremiah. And you also see an older lady who is not elegantly dressed, but she has a cane, and she has like this shawl thrown around her shoulders. And behind her, you see three well-dressed men, almost identical, standing behind her, and they join Jeremiah at the table. He nods both of them, and they start casually talking.
Does Bill see any of the people that sit down at the table with Jeremiah?
No, Bill has gone to the service.
I didn't know if they...
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go over and talk to them, as stupid as that may sound. Do you want to go with me? Do you want to keep an eye on Pip? Do you want to hang out at the bar?
I'll keep an eye on Pip.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything.
You do the same.
So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to introduce myself to the older woman first.
Okay, you walk up. As you get closer, they all stop their conversation and look at you because you're walking up to their table.
Hi, I am Faye Carver. I was just coming to introduce myself, get to know everybody here.
And you're looking at the older lady.
Uh-huh.
Well, hello, dearie. She holds out a wrinkled hand.
I take it. I shake her
A
hand.
pleasure to meet you, Miss Carver. You can call me Miss Minnie.
Miss Minnie, it's very nice to meet you. So what do y'all do?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. The twitchy, nervous fellow, he's messing with his hands. I do nothing. I see nothing. I need this. He takes a giant drink. Jeremiah, full of swagger, says, well, hello, Miss Carver, was it?
Yes, sir.
He holds out his hand.
She hesitates and takes it.
Okay, and he kisses your hand. It is very rare that I meet someone so... He looks you up and down. Finely dressed as you.
Well, I was just dressing for the occasion. But thank you for noticing.
And dress you did. And Miss Minnie, taps him with her cane. You calm down, you horn dog.
Miss Minnie, I think I like you.
That's because you don't know me yet, sweetie.
So, what are y'all doing here tonight?
The nervous man keeps twitching. We are just concerned citizens here to inspect everything that is happening. Please leave us alone. And Jeremiah pats him on. Now, calm down, Doc. This is just a nice little lady asking a few questions.
Faye, kind of seems taken aback, faking all of it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to overstep. I just, I'm a friendly person, wanted to get to know everyone.
Yes, well, no one is friendly because of their own accord. If you would, please, we are talking.
Well, certainly. I didn't want to interrupt. Well, if, y'all finish talking and want to catch up, I'd love to get to know more about y'all later.
And Jeremiah says, you can find me anytime at the Golden Flamingo, young lady. He gives you a wink. And he says, you may not find me anywhere again. And Miss Minnie says, it was nice to meet you, young fair maiden. She dips her head knowingly.
Faye, like, slightly curtsies and nods and then walks off.
Okay.
And then she gets on her, like, as she's walking, she's like, holy crap, guys. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. And then walks to the bar and meets up with Esther.
Okay. As you are walking over, the lights kind of dim and a spotlight comes up on the stage. You see a very handsome man get up on stage. You immediately recognize him, you two that are in the room. You immediately recognize him as Drace DeSantos. This is the CEO of Legendary Solutions. But he gets up on stage, taps the mic. Welcome, everyone. I'm happy to see so many of you here tonight. It's encouraging to see so many people are invested in the future of this city, which I suppose is a good time to mention that the proceeds of those overpriced plates you're finishing up will go to help feed the city. Anyway, I'm just the host, not the main event. Let's hear a round of applause for our mayoral candidates tonight. And there is clapping, as Mayor Corallo and Pip Hamil step on stage behind their respective podiums. Corallo is wearing his neat suit. His salt and pepper hair is neatly combed, and he waves to the crowd with a devilish grin on his face. Opposite him, behind the other podium, is Pip Hamil, wearing a similarly pressed tux with his sandy blonde hair combed back. His tux is accented by a bright green tie, and he seems equally as confident as the incumbent. Linda Lockwood stands up, kind of waves to the crowd, and people recognize her and clap as well because she's a social media darling. And Linda introduces herself and begins quizzing the two candidates. So you can either choose to, listen to what they're saying or continue your investigation in whatever way you want to. Bill, you went back into the back, so what are you kind of looking for in the service?
I'm trying to see if I can get back to, down to the service exit, like what the quickest way there is without getting thrown out.
Okay. Roll a sneak around.
All right. So I'm going to use stealthy. Would you take good bluff or no? I guess that would happen if I run into somebody. That'd be useful.
Yeah, if you run into somebody.
Yeah. Risk taker and stealthy?
If you roll well, you won't run into
Do you have stealthy?
Yeah.
You just do stealthy. So +1, what'd you get?
Get wrecked. 12.
12? Dang. Okay. Yeah. You work your way through anybody that's coming. You make yourself look like you're busy and stuff like that. Or you duck around corners, things like that. You very stealthily make your way back. You do find I'm going to take them this way, down this corner, down around here, through the doors, outside, up the ramp, to the SUV. Got it. So that's what you do.
Nope.
Back inside, girls, what are you doing?
I think I'm just scanning.
Yeah, I'm kind of scanning, keeping an eye on the stage and maybe even moving a little closer to the stage, and just looking to see if there's anybody moving suspiciously or signaling to each other in the crowd or something. You
notice that as soon as the main event starts, everybody kind of finds their seats and sit down. So really, if you're working your way through the crowd, you would be the only one standing up, besides people that are along the peripheral walls.
I assume that we have a table to sit at.
Yeah, sure. You can find one very easily.
So I'm moving towards a seat at a table.
Okay. You sit down at the table, no problem. It blows up. No, I'm kidding.
As soon as you sit down, you die.
You die.
Make a new character.
Linda continues her questioning, what are you going to do about this section of the city? What is your plan to improve? What is your plan to improve the parks around town, things like that? And we'll pick up kind of in mid answering with Corallo. And by relocating money from that sector, we can begin to improve roads downtown. And then there's some polite applause to the answer. Linda nods politely and turns to Pip. D.A. Hamil, there are many stories being reported in the news every night, but none is more heinous or troubling than the string of missing children from all across the city. Pip Hamil, what are your thoughts on this? And Hamil purses his lips. He exhales. Thank you for bringing this up, Linda. Because I think that even though this is being reported, it's not being talked about. Children are the future of this city, and we should be devoting every ounce of energy, every pound of manpower to finding our kids. I've gone on the record many times about the failings of the current administration, but I don't think any are as egregious as this. But maybe I'm too hard on Mayor Corallo, because he does have his hands tied. Or rather, he has his fingers knuckles deep in the pockets of the criminal element of this city. And you hear like this, kind of murmuring happening in the crowd, and you see like Mayor Corallo's face get kind of flushed. And if he dedicated even a minuscule amount of the energy he does to kissing the collective asses of the mafia, this problem would be... Suddenly, there's a sound of shattering glass, followed by a scream of pain as a deep stain of crimson spreads from D.A. Pip Hamil's chest. The finely dressed guests begin to stampede as people rush for cover. End of episode.
God, I hate you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Mistconceptions. Our next episode will be released on June 18th. If you have Facebook or Twitter, so do we. So you can totally go follow us on those platforms and get up-to-date information about the show and behind-the-scene pictures and talk to us and chat with us. It's super dope, and you should totally do it, dude. City of Mist is an RPG created by Son of Oak Productions. You can find more of their products at sonofoak.com, and when you purchase the core rulebook, don't forget to use our listener-specific discount code MistConceptionsFan, all one word, all lowercase, to get $5 off your purchase. The music you heard at the beginning of this episode, and we'll hear here in a little bit, was composed by Aaron Wharton. You can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. And that is all for this week's episode of Misconceptions. Sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but maybe that will make you come back next time on June 18th to see what happens. Keep it nerdy, y'all.